Hi everyone, I'm Tabitha and today we are wrapping up December. If you are a regular watcher of these wrap-up videos, thank you for your valuable feedback. And I also want to tell you that today's format will be slightly different because 2020 is almost over. We only have a few days left. And so I need to be setting up my 2021, which is going to look a little bit different. So I'm going to do sort of a fast wrap-up of how December went, and then let's start looking at 2021 and how that's going to go. First, let's take a look at those pretty 2020 goals that I've been working on all year. They look like this. When I first set those goals like a year ago, the idea was that if this was all that happened in 2020, right, I'd be really proud of myself. Well, we're not going through all these goals point by point today because you already know that I'd made some amazing progress before December started. So actually today what I want to do different is I want to start with the November progress and work from that. So November, by the end of it, it looked like this. And this is the checkpoint I'm sort of going to work from today. So Training Tutor was already published in May. Front 4 had major edits back in like June or August-ish. And since then, it's been through the first round of betas. So now I'm going back through and like making changes that came up from the betas. So I'm sort of back to working on those. My goal for December was to get through the whole thing, and I didn't do that. I think I got through like, well, I suppose I have a graphic. I got through like 39 of the 60 chapters. I'm going to have to go through that all, then a beta will have it again, and then I'll go through it all again. So it's a long process, but I want this book to come out in 2021, so it really has to go through all that. So it's like starting over, but not really, because that big edit was done. The Magical YA had the same thing, and it'll have to undergo the same process in 2021, I think. So originally, about a year ago when I sat down to do this, I said that I would be happy if I wrote 3 zero drafts in 2020. And if you look at that November graphic, it looks like I actually drafted 4 full-length novels. And then according to the graphic, I drafted a short story. It was that secret project down there. But actually, if I'm being totally honest, there were 2 shorts that never made it to the blog that I've completely drafted that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with those. So that's really cool. I mean, I did more than I thought I was going to do, even in my big grand dreams of what 2020 would look like. So that's good. Grand total, with a few days left to go so far, I've written over 377,000 words in 2020, which is really cool. Actually, in mid-November-ish, while I was working on Nano, I actually surpassed that threshold from 2019. So I definitely wrote more words in 2020 than in 2019. So down at the bottom of that graphic for November, you'll notice that blog post goal is the one that we were all worried that I wouldn't make. Or maybe it was just me that was worried. Is that just me? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, in December, I posted to the blog 9 times, which is awesome. But only 2 of those were short stories, fiction, scenes, poems, stuff like that. It's creative writing of some kind, which really just means that I'm going to end up failing this goal for 2020. It's the only one that I failed. I posted to the blog 20 of those short story scenes or poems, and my original goal was 24. So I do want to say that I actually ended up posting to the blog more than I planned, but I posted less fiction content than I thought I would. So I'm not sure what that means. If you have never checked out the blog before, or maybe you're a regular subscriber to the blog, I'd love it if you could head over there. The link is in the description and just look at it. Give me some feedback. Tell me what kind of posts you like, what kind of posts you maybe don't like. What do you want to see more of in 2021? I think I have also figured out something I might want to start doing with some of those short story scenes or poems. So more on that in a second. My official count of videos for 2020 is at 67, including this one you're watching right now. So really, we did great on that goal. The goal was 52, which is 1 a week, and we blew that out of the water. So definitely make sure you're giving me the feedback on your favorite kinds of videos, favorite kind of content going into 2021. We have some ideas based on the views that we've seen and things like that, but you know, feedback is always welcome. Okay, so we got the quick writing and other related goals out of the way. Let's talk reading. My official count of books that I've read so far in 2020 is 150. I should say that I'm still reading 2 as of right now, a book and an audiobook. I will finish the book before this year is over. I'm almost done, but the audiobook I might not. So right now the 150 is holding strong, and that's definitely over my goal that was 104, I do believe. But we also talk TBRs around here. So my December official TBR looked like this. That was 1 ARC, Song for the Road, 2 review requests, Sigil and Come Join the Murder, and then the 4 Shield challenges. For the last time, let me recap those 4 Shield challenges for you. Highest rated on my TBR went to Puppet's Dream. This will be up on my second book review post for December whenever that goes up. It is a well-deserved high rating. I see why that was so high. It's a great fantasy book. This is an author that I love. This book is definitely worth checking out. Lowest rated on my TBR went to The Matchmaker's List. This will also be up on the second round of book reviews whenever that goes up. I definitely see why people had a problem with it. Yikes. Look for that review when it comes up, especially if you're a fan of the salty reviews. Recommended title went to Aurora Rising. It will also be up on the second round of reviews because apparently I stuck all the Shield challenges at the end of the month. This was a great fantasy sci-fi book. I'm really glad you guys told me to read this one. It kept my interest all the way through, and yeah, keep those recs coming. Lastly, the oldest book on my TBR was A Certain Slant of Light, and full disclosure, that is the one that I am still working on. It will be done before the end of the month. It will be up on the second round of reviews, and I just want to say that opening line hits. Like, what a solid opening line. If you're studying opening lines, go get that one, because whoa. Anyway, with those 4 Shields finished, which that last one will be finished, my December actually read looks like this. 12 total books read, a lot of pages, some really great reads, and some that I definitely recommend. So what does 2020 look like around here? Well, I started off this planning with the same thing I started off about a year ago. What would I be happy accomplishing in 2021? And here's what I came up with. We're calling this the official goals. 0 drafts. I would love to draft a few of those short stories that I started in the blog. I want to play those out. I want to flush them out, and I want to collect a short story anthology together. So I'm really excited to do this. I want to take the 2 that I finished in 2020 that were not published anywhere, including my blog, and include a few others. So a short story anthology makes the 0 drafts board, which is cool. I also, you'll notice, left a spot for 2 more brand new things. That means I'd be happy with finishing 3 full drafts in 2021 because I finished 4 in 2020. So we're just going with it. The edit and revise screen you see there, all 4 of the things I 0 drafted in 2020 are going to have full revisions. So I am really sticking myself with a lot of revisions in 2021. I'm going to be really busy. I also see that and think that means I am definitely going to need a bigger team of beta readers. I think I can't ask my current beta readers, who I already put a lot of strain on, to put themselves through this much work, for free, just because they love me in 2021. So, if you have experienced beta reading or you're interested, maybe let me know, because it looks like I might need some extra betas. You also notice it says published, and there's 2 titles on those cute little books there. Front 4 and the Magical YA, I'm shooting for publishing them in 2021. So that's what the betas are working on right now. That's why they're so busy. And lastly, I have those miscellaneous goals there. I want to get 104 books read and reviewed. Again, I'm not upping that. Yes, I'm aware that I beat that by a lot this year, hitting 150, possibly 151, but I'm happy with 104, and I don't want to stress myself out about that. I do have some other things coming for Instagram. I have this cool graphic that my husband designed. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'll make sure I share it on Instagram probably on the 1st. It is titles that I absolutely want to include in that 104, like titles I will definitely read this year. So I'll be sharing that on Instagram, so make sure you're following me. Also, 52 videos is making a comeback because I'd be happy with 1 a week on this channel. And my goal for the blog is just simply to revamp it, to make it easier, more accessible, and exactly what you guys are going to love. That's my plan. So if you have feedback for that, remember to give it to me, because that would be really cool. Yeah. Now let's talk about the January TBR. So I'm really excited, actually. After watching my Shield Challenge video, you guys all rushed out to my social media to vote for which way you think I should do my TBRs in 2021. And I'm really kind of excited to announce that this is what you've picked. You picked that each month I should focus just on 1 Shield, sort of on a rotating schedule, and that everything beyond my required reading was going to be bonus books chosen live on social media, possibly Instagram, I'm not sure yet, from my bonus wheel. So that's really exciting. So be looking for that. Make sure you're following me on social media. I'm thinking it'll be Instagram. on my Instagram story. So make sure you're following me there so you don't miss it. But we need to set my official January TBR. So in January, the one shield I'm going with is the oldest book on my TBR. So we're going to go to Goodreads and find out what that's going to be. So I'm going to open up my Goodreads here. I'm going to go to my want to reads. It's going to load slow just to drive me nuts. I'm going to make sure I'm sorting by date added. And then these are my newest ads, so I'm going to switch that and go oldest. And let it load, apparently. All right, so it looks like that book's going to be Dear Nobody, The True Diary of Mary Rose by Gillian McCain and Legs McNeil. I think I have a copy of this in ebook, I think. So that's exciting that I actually get to read it. That's really cool. This has been on my TBR since February of 2018. Wow, that's a little crazy. So I'm excited. I'll get that one taken off my TBR and get to read it. So I'm officially going to add Dear Nobody as the only shield in January. I do have to round out my January with the things I always do. So I have 2 reviews scheduled for January. I'm going to keep those going. That is An Audience of Corpses and then the Scream Catchers Dream Chasers book. It's a sequel to a book that I previously rated and liked. I also have 2 arcs coming up in January. A graphic novel adaptation of The Great Gatsby, which it was bold of them. It was bold of them to send me that because I think I'm pretty public about the fact that I don't like Great Gatsby. So bold of the publisher to send me the graphic novel adaptation. If it can win me over, then you know it's going to be great. And then the 4 Winds book by Kristen Hanna. So really, I have 5 books in January. The official TBR really looks like this. 5 books strong, and then making sure you're following me on Instagram because I'll be spinning that wheel to choose bonus books. I don't know how the wheel would work for audiobooks. I'm thinking it might not, because I tend to choose my audiobooks completely and utterly based on what's available at the library, you know? So I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know, whatever. But for now, this is the 5 I will definitely read, and then I'm going to check back in with you, and we'll do bonus wheels of some kind. That's how it's going to work. All right, friends, thanks for being here to see what 2020 is going to look like around here and to see what progress I was able to make in December. You know what? I'd love to hear what you think about these goals. What are you excited for? What's working for you? Remember that I always listen to your feedback. I'm looking for feedback on the blog. I'm looking for feedback on what kind of content you like on these videos. I just want to know how to make all the content I'm bringing to you work for you. How can I make it the best that it can be? What do you like watching? What do you like reading? Let me know, because that's important. Drop a comment to let me know you're still here. Hit subscribe and tap that little bell so you know when I'm back. Keep plotting the path to your own dreams, and I will see you in 2021. Bye.